Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Reata Horsemanship. I'm Luke Brown. I'm very excited to be with you here today on Winning Wednesday in beautiful southwestern Colorado. The horse that I have behind me is Quincy. He's an 8-year-old dun quarter horse gelding that came to me from Cortez, Colorado, so an hour and a half from here. And he came to me because he's got some reactivity issues, some unpredictable reactivity that he has, especially around his right ear, right eye, right neck area, and he can be kind of unpredictably reactive on the ground. I haven't ridden him yet, but he's, his owner one time went to get on him and he kind of spooked and bolted, and his owner fell off and kind of hurt his hip a little bit. And so he's had 30 days of riding on him. And like I said, he's 8 years old, but he's always been that horse that's just been a little bit challenging on their ranch. And he's been a horse that's kind of been left on the back burner because he is challenging. He is unpredictably reactive, and he just hasn't been real easy to get to the point where they feel like they can just saddle him up anytime they want and ride him on the ranch. And so he's here with me at our ranch, at Reata Ranch, and I'm doing a lot of groundwork, and I'll be riding him in the next few days and then riding him over the next 4 or 5 weeks, and getting him hopefully a lot less unpredictable, a lot more predictable, a lot lighter, a lot more bendy, a lot more responsive to my cues, and less stiff. And I hope to get him there. That's my goal. He's ground timed behind me. We've had a good session this morning, a good hour and 45 minutes session. But what I wanted to talk about today for Winning Wednesday is this: work with a horse you have today. And let me tell you a story of where this came from. Work with the horse you have today. And I've heard this many times, and I've even mentioned it a few times in a video or two. But this morning I came with the idea that I was going to work with Quincy on the ground, do some round penning for like 5 minutes, halter him, get him to follow me around. Now he's walking off a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get his attention. As long as I can get his attention back to me, we're good. Just working on ground time. But anyway, as I worked with him in round pinning, I was hoping to just round pin him for 5 minutes and then get a halter on and do some more groundwork, get a saddle on, and maybe even get to riding him this morning. But it didn't go as planned. He was real reluctant to follow me around, to join up with me, or to hook on to me and follow me around. And he would look at me, he would turn and look at me as I stopped him when I was round pinning him around the outside of the round pin, but he didn't want to come in all the way into me and follow me around. And so it took me probably 45 minutes of round pinning to get him to where he'd finally just follow me around and be nice and comfortable doing that. And that was the easy thing. I made that easy and everything else hard for him. But it did take me a while, and it was slightly frustrating at first. And then I reminded myself of that concept: work with the horse you have today. Even though I expected him to only require 5 minutes of work in round pinning, and I could get right on to other stuff, he took a lot longer. And that's just the horse he was today. He was more challenging. He was more distracted by the horses and mule in the other pen, and didn't necessarily want to hook on to me. And so I settled down. I felt a little bit frustrated. I didn't act frustrated, but I felt a little frustrated until I reminded myself that I just need to remember to work with the horse I have today. And that can go with anything in life. Sometimes we make plans and those plans don't go as planned. Everything doesn't go as planned, but we do need to make plans, and we do need to strive to move forward in a certain direction that we want to go. But if that doesn't happen, make sure to work with whatever you have that day, whether it be the person you are, the person how you feel that day, or the person your spouse is that day, this person your kids are that day, or your employees, or anything else that you're working on. Just work with what you have today, focus on that, and then start again tomorrow. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, be thankful, live with purpose, live with passion, and as always, stay safe in the saddle.